In the last demo, we saw how to generate a document using our new add-on feature. Now, in this demo, we'll explore all the new exciting things you can do using the same feature. Let's quickly open the add-on. We'll open the Setup Workflows menu, and if you already have a workflow, this will show the existing workflow. Otherwise, you have to start creating a new workflow. So if you already have a workflow here, you can delete the workflow. You can edit the existing workflow. You can pause it. By default, the workflow is active. If you pause it when a new response comes in, the workflow won't be processed. You can also export the workflow, and this will download a file that you can use in another form by importing the workflow. Now let's go ahead and edit the workflow. You can see there is a name given to this workflow. We'll continue to the next page, and in this page we'll explore all the options that we have. You can see that to generate a document or PDF or certificate, you need a template file, a Google Doc template file. If you already have a template file, you can open it using this menu. So here, uh, this is the template I am using for our demo, and this template I had copied from a website called this, the gooddocs.com. Now let's go back to our add-on menu. You can also open your output folder, the output folder where you have configured to generate all your documents. You can open that here as well. So now you can see everything is empty here. You have a subfolder. So this is dynamic, which means a subfolder will be created with the name same as the form name. And you can give a file name. The generated file will have the form name and the name. So this name expression is coming from a field I have in the Google form. And if you want your files to be unique, you have to give something here that your file or your response generates uniquely. In my case, it is name. If you don't have a unique field in your form, you can use response ID, which will use to generate unique files when the form responses comes in. So now let's go and check all the sharing options you have. So whenever you uh, work with Google Documents, you have various sharing options. Let's explore them first with a Google document. You can see all the sharing options here. You can share it with anyone. Let's say I'm giving a random email here. Let's just select this maybe. You can see I can give viewer, commenter, or editor access. I can notify the people here with some generic message, or I can decide what the people can do when they have sharing access. Apart from this, you can also specify generic access. So instead of restricted, you can say anyone who has link can access this file, and they can have viewer or commenter or editor access. Or if you are a domain user, you will see many options here. So this is what the Google document Google provides as part of the sharing options. So now you can see all these sharing options you can apply when you generate a document using our add-on. For our demo purpose, I am using only the viewer sharing access, and I have specified the email who should have the viewer access. And this can also be dynamic, meaning you can use an expression if these values are coming, emails are coming in your field form responses. And you can see I'm using a dynamic email message here. You can also use other expressions in the from the form field, and I have opted for restricted access here. For the general access, I can choose it and say anyone with the link should be able to access this, right, and should have the viewer option permission. Let's go ahead and save this, and once this is saved, we'll submit a form response. We'll submit one form. So let's open the form here. I'll go and submit a response. I will give a name called this. There is another important thing that we should know. You can go to this form And you can see that this form is already linked to a sheet, a Google Sheet. Here you can see this Google Sheet at this point has no data and only two fields. One is the timestamp, one is the name. So this name is same as the name field we have in the Google form. Let me go and submit this. And if everything goes well, this will generate a document in the same output folder that we configured. Let's go ahead and see here. It generated a folder called generate certificate, and inside that you can see a file, PDF file got generated with the name we provided. Let's see the sharing options to see if it has the same sharing options. You can see that it generated this access called anyone with the link will have the viewer access, right? And it says viewers of this file can see comment and suggestions. So you can see all the sharing options that we selected were applied for this file, right? Now we also you may have a question that, hey, I have generated these responses. Now if I have to go back and check for which response, what was the file that was generated, how do I know that? So one of the things is you can come here and see, because we gave a name here or some unique field that was submitted in the form, but that's, you have to go through a lot of these files to figure out which one is belongs to whom. So rather than coming here, you can now come to your Google Sheet, the sheet that is linked to your form. Now you see why this is important, because we automatically update the Google form response with the file that we generated. So you can open the file directly here, you can see. So this is the file we generated. You can see the name that was given there, and you can see the date. So this is how you can go to the generated file. So now you see lot of these options in our workflow in this new feature. We are excited. We will be adding new features continuously, and we'll be giving demos on all those new features. Thank you.